Welcome to Rich Tribe. Today, we're going to break down one of the most powerful tools out there for taking back control of your money, the zero-based budget. If you're ready to stop wondering where your money goes and start telling it exactly where to go, then you are in the right place. You know the feeling, right? You get paid, you handle your bills, you live your life, and then, poof, the balance just seems to vanish into thin air. It feels like this big financial mystery, and honestly, it can be so incredibly frustrating. And look, it is not just you. The numbers don't lie. A whopping 57% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. This cycle of just earning and spending with absolutely nothing left over is super common. So if you feel stuck in that loop, you are definitely not alone. But the good news is there is a clear path out. The solution really comes down to a mindset shift. Instead of just being a passive observer, kind of watching your bank account do its thing, you become the active manager. The goal is to give every single dollar that you earn a specific job to do before the month even kicks off. And that brings us to this core concept, zero-based budgeting. Now, don't let the word zero scare you off. It doesn't mean you're broke or that you have $0 in the bank. All it means is that every single cent you earn is intentionally assigned a purpose, whether that's paying rent, buying groceries, or, importantly, building up your savings. This right here, this is the entire method boiled down to one simple, powerful formula. You figure out your income, you list out all of your expenses, and yes, that includes your savings and any debt payments, and then you tweak things until that final number is zero. Not a single dollar is left unemployed. This comparison really nails the fundamental shift. With traditional budgeting, you kind of spend money and just hope there's something left to save. But with zero-based budgeting, saving becomes a non-negotiable expense. Think of it like a bill you pay to your future self, and you pay it first. You're moving from just passively tracking your money to proactively controlling it. Okay, so let's dive into the how-to. It might sound a bit complex, but building your first zero-based budget is actually pretty straightforward. We can break it all down into 4 simple, actionable steps. So, first, you gotta know exactly what's coming in. Simple enough? Second, you list out everything that's going out. Third, you do the math and assign all your income to those expenses until you hit zero. And finally, and this one is key, you track your spending all month and adjust as you go. This is not a set it and forget it kind of plan. It's a living document. Now, when you're listing your expenses, it really helps to split them into 2 camps. You've got your fixed expenses. Those are the easy ones, like your rent, your car payment, subscriptions. But then you have variable expenses, like groceries or gas, which are a little trickier. The pro tip here is a total game changer. Don't just guess. Look back at your last 3 months of bank statements to get a realistic average. And here you go. This is a great example of what a finished budget actually looks like. You can see the monthly income is $3,500. Then every single expense, from charity and savings all the way down to gas and just plain fun money, is listed out. And look, the total expenses add up to exactly $3,500, leaving $0 left over. Every single dollar has a name. But we all know that no plan is perfect. So what happens when your beautifully crafted budget runs smack into the messy reality of everyday life? This is so important to remember. A zero-based budget is not some kind of financial straitjacket. It's a flexible tool. Life is unpredictable, right? Your budget needs to be able to adapt without making you feel like you've somehow failed. Okay, let's use a real-world example. Let's say you're working from home, your office chair is killing your back, and you realize you need one of those plastic floor pads for it. It's not a 5-alarm fire, but it's a genuine need. The problem? You didn't budget for it. So what do? So the crucial thing here is that you make an intentional choice. You can reallocate funds. You decide, you know what, that chair pad is more important than dining out this month, and you move the money over. Or you can consciously decide to pull that money from savings, and then you just update your budget to show that withdrawal. It's not cheating, it's you being the boss of your money. And for the future, you can even set up what are called sinking funds for these kinds of things. This whole scenario just highlights why savings are so incredibly critical. In fact, probably the single most important thing you can do to reduce your financial stress is to build an emergency fund. Your first big milestone should be a starter fund of $500 or even better, $1,000. This is your buffer against all of life's smaller emergencies. So how do you get there? Well, first, you set that clear, achievable goal. Second, you pay yourself first. Make that transfer to savings the very first bill you pay on payday. And third, you can try this brilliant little trick called banking it. If you save money on a sale, like a coupon saves you 12 bucks, don't just give yourself a mental high five. Immediately transfer that exact amount you saved into your savings account. When you put all of these pieces together, the plan, the flexibility, and that safety net, you start to experience something incredible. You really do move from a state of financial anxiety to one of genuine control and confidence. The real payoff here is immense. You gain total awareness of your spending habits. You take proactive control, making conscious decisions that actually align with your goals. You start making consistent progress toward those goals. And maybe most importantly, you dramatically reduce your financial stress. Now, before we get to our final takeaway, if you're finding this helpful, please subscribe to the Rich Tribe channel and go ahead and like, comment, and share this explainer. So, as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this one question. It's not about how much you make, it's about what you do with it. The next time you get paid, what job will you give your very first dollar? Will it go towards building that emergency fund? Will it go to paying down debt or saving for a goal that truly, truly matters to you? The choice is yours.